find myself going out to do a commercial repair. It's about 70 miles from my location from where I live, but that's perfectly fine. I don't mind making that drive. So I'll be going out to a chain of restaurant. Won't say the name. You'll probably figure it out in a second. But going out there and making some minor adjustments to a door. So the door is a heavy glass door. Typical West Texas winds, right? Door got caught in the wind and it swung too far out and broke the bottom pivot hinges. So I have to replace top and bottom on this door. I anticipate that job to take about an hour by the time I prep and set and take the door down. On the flip side, I also have to reattach a threshold to the concrete. So I have to remove the old threshold, clean up the bottom, and reattach, drill into the concrete, and then use some Tapcons to secure the threshold onto that. So all in all, probably I am anticipating by the time I get there and set up, test, replace the whole nine, probably anticipating about a 4 hour on location. Doesn't include, of course, the drive there, looking about an hour, and then I'll drive back another hour. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Got all the tools loaded up. Should be very minimal tools, but fortunately there is a location nearby where if I happen to need additional tools, I can go by. Now the only thing I would be worried about is the pivot hinges. Sometimes those can be brand specific. I trust that I gave the vendor the correct model number and everything else, and that the pieces that I have here with me are going to be interchangeable. So let me just show you what they look like. So this would be the pivot hinge that goes into the door. That will retrieve and go up into the actual receiver or the pivot system. So this is what I will be installing today, 2 of them. And again, that would be the only dilemma that I have. The only concern there is how interchangeable they will be, should be. But so this SPG commercial repairs, this helps me fund some of my real estate transactions, either by having a steady cash flow for other expenses or just having it aside for when an opportunity comes up. Now for this type of job, I will be I submitted a quote for $2,300. $2,300 because that's the drive included. That's also the material. That's also the labor itself and the drive back. So for these commercial type of jobs, you want to make sure that you have a decent profit margin on them, because there is profit margin in them. The only flip side is the payment terms. This company is 30 days, so I have to wait 30 days for that to be paid out to me. And also the process to get onto them can be kind of tedious. You have to have your paperwork in place. You have to have your licenses. You have to have your insurances, so they want that. Also, something else to keep in mind, when you go look at a job, you give them a quote. By the time it's approved, can be a month out. So this one, I've looked at it for a month ago and finally got approvals on. I am back. So knocked out the threshold. As I stated, I went back and picked up some heavier Tapcons. Those work really well. They're dark and blue, and so flat, flush head on them, so that was easy. So point taken. Next time if I have to drill into concrete cement, I will use the blue Tapcon brand. The other ones were black colored, and again, those were just snapping off. The other Tapcon blue color worked really well. So other than that, finished up, had a manager approval. They signed off on the repairs. Door closes as it should. No other issues there. They were fortunate that the repairs took place now, because the old hinge that I took off, it was just a matter of time before the retainer little ring that goes into the housing would have snapped off completely. and that would have been really bad for the door. I mean, it would have just completely fallen, could have hurt somebody. Nonetheless, the timing was perfect, and we were able to replace it and got it working properly. So, how do I tie all this in to my real estate? So, of course, out of the margins, the profit margins, I will have some expenses like my insurance, phone bill, mileage that I take care of, and the materials. But other than that, and then I will pay myself a little, just disposable income to have, but not. I don't draw a whole lot of money from this endeavor, SPG. I put that in the bank, and use it for funding my other real estate. So my plan and idea is I will have a couple other jobs lined out, commercial jobs lined out, that I will use. I will use the funds what I have, and use that for a down payment on my next rental. So that is a goal. That is a plan. Keep in mind, I am managing the properties and the commercial repair, but then I'm also transitioning into a W-9 with, actually I've already been a W-9, but I am transitioning with a new company, which is going to have some changes. And I would like to bring up to speed on that as well. And I can share some of the things that I'm currently doing with my employer, my job role as it is, and what that entails. So I will share some of that maybe next video. I will show that setting, some of the software we use, some of the programs we use, and so that's something that I really enjoy as well. So got a couple things going on, actually 3 endeavors going on. Each one serves a purpose, right? My W-9, which is my employer, that helps fund some of the real estate investing. The SPG commercial, that also helps fund some of the real estate investing. So that's how first gen wealth building takes place, right? You have multiple streams of income coming in with one goal in mind, and you use that to funnel that goal that you have. So it's been a rewarding day. I was able to knock it out. I had one extra set of hands, so I will pay them, and on to the next one. So I will talk to you soon.